Well, if that is a dress rehearsal for what we're going to be seeing this year from the Toronto Raptors, it's pretty damn good, as the Raptors beat the Brooklyn Nets 123-107 in the final game of the preseason. And if I sound a little bunged up, it's because I'm not feeling too good right now, guys. Stuffy nose and all, just completely clogged. I apologize for sounding terrible, but I'm here, and like I said, the last game of preseason is done. We can watch meaningful basketball now. It's exciting. And for the Raptors, today, look, as much as it's preseason, I get it. Both teams basically put out their starting lineup. You look at the Nets. They have Taurean Prince, Chris LeVert, Jared Allen, Kyrie Irving, and Joe Harris. Those were the guys out there. Now, obviously, those guys did not play the amount of minutes as they would if a game was as tight as it was at certain points in this ball game. But same goes for the Raptors. You know, Lowry, Van Vliet, Gasol, Anunoby, Siakam. Those guys all played and got big minutes. Now, there were tons of positives in this game for the Toronto Raptors. You got to look at it and say, the ball movement. I mean, there was quite a few plays where they were moving the ball extremely well. And it all starts with Kyle Lowry. Yes, Kyle only had, where is he here? 9 points on 3 of 12 shooting. You got to remember, it's his first preseason game since the whole thumb injury thing. Or thumb surgery, I guess. So you got to give this guy a little bit of time. Plus, he dropped 5 dimes, had a couple boards, shot 2 of 7 from 3, which isn't great. He had a steal in the ball game, but he was a plus player when he was out there. He didn't hurt your team, you know? And you watch Pascal Siakam. Didn't shoot the ball extremely well, but distributed the ball very. I loved what I saw from Pascal with the fact of, you know, distributing the ball. With him, everyone knows he's more or less going to be the primary option for the Raptors this year, because without Kawhi Leonard, Pascal was the second guy last year. Do the math. Kawhi's not here. Boop. Siakam's number 1. Now, with all different guys kind of taking on bigger roles, a lot of other guys are going to have to chip in offensively. And by the way, Pascal had 11.6 boards and 4 assists on 4-10 shooting, 1 and 2 from 3. He had 2 steals and a block in the ball game. Good job by Pascal. But a guy like OG Anunoby is a guy that we really want to see kind of take that next step. And today, if again, like I said off the top, if this is something we're going to be seeing on a regular basis from guys like OG Anunoby, we might find something real special here. He had 18 points in 28 minutes, 6 rebounds, and assists, shot 6 of 13. He shot 13 times. That's what I like to see from OG. 2 of 2 from the line. That's nice. 4 of 8 from 3. He was stellar from beyond the arc. Plus 14 on the floor. He did a great job of moving the basketball when he needed to. And when he was taking his shots, he was making his shots with confidence. And that's the key with OG. He's not getting the ball and kind of looking to pass and then shooting because there's no confidence there. There's nothing. Now for OG, we know he has the talent. We just want to see him take that next step. And to watch him out there today, I thought he did a great job. All right, I'm just going through the starters before we get to the actual game score. Then we'll get to the bench guys. That's kind of what I wanted to do here in this video. Marc Gasol, slow start, but I thought he really turned it on later in the ball game. 11 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, 3 of 8 shooting, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. Couple free throws made for Marc Gasol, plus 11 on the floor. And you know the defense Marc Gasol is going to give you night in, night out. He was stellar on the defensive end of the ball. We already talked about Lowry, Fred VanVleet, right where we left off in the playoffs. I understand he's had preseason games, but this was kind of like the first game where you kind of had that, all right, let's get into it, let's play hard, let's get a W kind of feel. Even though it's preseason, you want to get that dub to end the preseason. You want to feel good heading into the regular season. And Fred VanVleet, 16 points, 3 boards, 8 assists on 5 of 11 shooting, 2 of 2 from the line, 4 of 6 from 3, and a steal for Freddie V. Plus 16 on the floor. He was awesome. And now let's get to the ball game, because I want to touch on the starters, because those are kind of the guys that we're going to be seeing in the starting unit all year long. That's kind of what we're going to be seeing. Now, first quarter, very even. 28 apiece. Both teams shooting the ball okay. Nothing really crazy. No one's kind of taking that extra jump. But these teams are playing okay. Second quarter, Raptors just take full. They take advantage. They play great defense. And they start knocking down a ton of threes. The Raptors outscore the Brooklyn Nets 46-25 in that second frame. Guys like OG Anunoby, Marc Gasol, Pascal Siakam, and you can even say guys like Ibaka, Terrence Davis, who I really want to get to in a second, and Norman Powell. They came in, did a great job coming off the bench, offensively and defensively, kind of taking charge of that second quarter, and the Raptors really didn't look back after that. Yeah, they had a -4 third quarter, but at this point, you're already up by 21. What, 21 was it at the half? -4. Oh, you're only down by what, like 17 now or something like that. So, going into the fourth quarter, the Raptors lose the fourth quarter by 1. Oh, geez. You still win the game by 16 points. Great job by the Toronto Raptors in this game. I was really impressed with what they did on both sides of the basketball, and a great way to end the preseason. Let's go through the quick stats here. Raptors shot 46% from the field. Not bad. 51% from three. The Raptors knocked down they took 47 shots from beyond the arc. They got 24 threes. That is insane. You aren't going to see that every single day for the Toronto Raptors. You're just not going to see that. But to see that this team can knock down those shots, it's great. 85% of the line, 11-13. They beat the Brooklyn Nets on the glass by 6, 57-51. The offensive boards, as we all know, is always going to be an issue with the Raptors. 14-9 in favor of the Brooklyn Nets. 31 assists, though, for the Raptors, and that's where this team is going to have to thrive. Moving the ball. They're not a team that's going to be going ISO. You don't have Kawhi Leonard anymore. You don't have a guy that can go ISO. Maybe Pascal Siakam, the odd time Kyle Lowry, depending who's on him. But for the most part, with Kawhi, you had anybody on him, he's going to go ISO. And you knew he was going to dominate. You don't have that guy now. So that ball's going to have to hum. It's going to have to move for this offense to work. They had 31 dimes today. They were knocking down their shots. Things were looking good. They had 6 steals in the ball game. Still 18 turnovers. But again, throughout the preseason, you're going to see tons of turnovers. And with the guys coming out in the later half of the game, the guys who are going to be in the G League, and guys who are going to be up and down from the G League and the NBA, those guys are going to fire the ball away. They're going to cause turnovers and all that. So it just happens. 5 blocks in the game for the Raptors, 6 steals for the Raps in this one. And I just thought they played a really solid basketball game, guys. You know what? As much people say, well, it's preseason. No, I get that. I totally understand it's preseason. I know this game doesn't mean a damn thing. But to close out preseason the way they did today, it's nice. OG looked really good in that game against Chicago. He was the only regular out there for the Raptors in that game, but he looked pretty good, and I thought he looked really good today. Maybe a sign of things to come for the Raptors and OG Anunoby. I apologize, guys. I can feel the nose starting to clog up here. It's getting a little rough. Let's talk about the guys who came off the bench, though, because I mentioned a few names earlier, and I really want to get to them. Serge Ibaka. Look, last offseason, everyone, including myself, was saying, get rid of this guy. He can't shoot a 3. He can't do anything offensively. He was abysmal in that playoff run, even though they really didn't go far. Anyways, we got past one round and they got smoked by LeBron. But he wasn't anything to be found. He was terrible. Like CJ Miles, he was kind of useless. Last year, he resurged himself. No pun intended because it's Serge Ibaka. But he was outstanding. He got his rim protecting back. He was shooting a lot of good mid-range shots. He did a lot of great things for the Raptors last season, and that continued in the playoffs down into the finals and to the championship. And in the final preseason game, he was outstanding. 15 points, 11 rebounds, 7-10 shooting, 1-2 from 3, a steal, a block, a very clean game for Ibaka, plus 16 for Serge Ibaka. Excuse me, just slap the camera. That's not what I want to do. Norman Powell, I thought he was awesome too. 11 points, 2 boards, 3 assists, 4-6 shooting, 2-3 from 3. Very clean game for Norman Powell, plus 24. Great job by Norman Powell coming off the bench. And my boy, the guy that I've continued to talk about since training camp, and I will talk about him some more because he impresses me night in, night out, Terrence Davis, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes. He had 10 points, 2 boards, couple dimes, 4-6 shooting, 2-3 from 3. Had a steal in the ball game, plus 7 on the floor. And this guy, he has some crazy good athleticism. He's a great passer. He can shoot the 3. We saw that today. Look, I just love what I see from Terrence Davis. I mean, everything I looked at today, I like what he's on. The defensive intensity, the on-ball defense, he's all over, guys. He reminds me of Kyle Lowry in that sense. A dog, a guy who's going to grind and play hard-nosed defense. Now, not saying he's going to be a Kyle Lowry because that's tough for an undrafted player to kind of get to that range, but Fred VanVleet did it, and I'm going to say it. We could possibly have a Fred VanVleet right here in Terrence Davis. This guy has impressed me throughout the training camp, throughout the preseason, nonetheless, and he better get an opportunity to at least get an opportunity in a regular season game with this team in a good spot. Now, he will do nothing but succeed. I have total confidence in that kid. I know you guys are probably saying the same thing. You really like the looks of Terrence Davis. Not only because he had 10 points and shot a good percentage and blah, blah, blah. It's the intensity that he plays with. What did Nick Nurse talk about when it came to Hollis-Jefferson and Stanley Johnson? They're not competing hard enough. We just won a championship. We know what it takes to get that far. I know there's no Kawhi Leonard, and everyone's going to say, well, you're not getting back there again. Well, I don't care if we don't get back there. Obviously I do, but we know what it takes now. The players know what it takes to get that next step, to take it to that physicality level, to get to that next step and win a championship. Guys like Fred VanVleet, guys that were here last year, bringing in Stanley Johnson and Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, who haven't won anything before, at least at the NBA level, they're now learning, hey, you got to play harder to make this team. And for a guy like Terrence Davis, who, like I said, every single play did amazing. He missed a 3 one time. What does he do? He follows up his shot, battles for the loose ball, Siakam picks it up and lays it up and in. How often do you see that? You know why you saw that today from Terrence Davis? Because he's competing. He wants this. He wants this more than Stanley Johnson, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, and guys like that. You can see it out on the floor. He has impressed the heck out of me in every aspect of the game, and I want to see this kid get a legit chance to play. Now, will he end up performing? Will he be a great player forever? I have no idea. I can't answer that question. But what I do know is that he's done everything right, and he deserves an opportunity. As Mike Babcock always says, well, when you get your opportunity, you gotta take advantage of it. Well, now Terrence Davis deserves that opportunity. He deserves it, and I don't know where he's gonna fit. I don't know how they're gonna play him. But it's going to be a lot of fun to see how it all plays out, though, guys. All right? Speaking of Stanley Johnson, he can't shoot. That's pretty straightforward. He can play defense. You saw that. That's great. But he can't shoot. He was 0 of 3 today. 0 of 2 from 3. You know, I thought he played pretty hard defense. But, again, if you can't shoot, you're not going to play. Period. I don't care how good your defense is. Matt Thomas, look, we keep hearing sharpshooter 3. I don't blame you. 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, 3 of 4 from the field, 9 points in 10 minutes, and a couple boards as well. I thought Matt Thomas looked great. I think shooting the ball, he's going to be a great player for this team this year. I really hope they give him an opportunity to play. It's going to be a lot of fun. Chris Boucher, again, a guy that you want to see take that next step. Period. He had 9 points, couple boards on 3 of 5 shooting in only 8 minutes. He looked really good in that time. And Raptors second-round pick Juwan Hernandez had 2 points in the ball game. Where is he here? 2 points, but he had 7 rebounds in 7 minutes, 1 of 2 shooting. Great job, and he had a block in the game as well, and a +5 on the floor. Good to see for Juwan Hernandez. All right, so guys, that is going to wrap up the preseason. It's exciting. Basketball around the corner. Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and if you want to count game day, Tuesday. That is 4 days away until tip-off at Scotiabank Arena to take on Zion. Now, the guy's injury-prone, I swear. I hate to say it. He's a great athlete. You can see how big he is up top, but those legs. You've seen quite a few injuries now since college, the beginning of college to now. He's had, 2 or 3 now injuries? Doesn't look pretty good. He's not going to start the year. He's going to be at least, I think he says a few weeks, actually, before he even gets back into game action. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Game 1 of the regular season, all right? But before that, I will talk to you guys in the season preview video that I'll be doing for you guys on Sunday. I'm not sure exactly what time on Sunday I'll be doing that for you guys, but on Sunday I'll be doing the season preview for the Toronto Raptors 2019-2020 campaign. It's going to be exciting. Like I said right off the top, and I'll say it again. If what we saw tonight is any, I guess, idea of what we're going to see this year for the Toronto Raptors, it's going to be a very interesting year for the Toronto Raptors if that's the case. But I can't wait to get it going, guys. Tuesday, 8 o'clock is when it gets going, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed the game today, smack the like button. Do appreciate that. If you had a player of the game, let me know in the comments below. Would you give it to Fred VanVleet, who had a great game? Would you give it to OG, who looked fantastic? Would you give it to my boy Terrence Davis? I don't know. What do you guys think about the Raptors game today, and also your MVP from today's ball game for the Raps? All right, so guys, Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys Leafs edition. It's either tomorrow night or Sunday early afternoon, late morning kind of thing. Guys, the Leafs take on the Boston Bruins tomorrow night, 7 o'clock puck drop there at Scotiabank Arena. The Leafs have not found any sort of consistency lately. Now with John Tavares out, they got to find a way to get points. It's a tough one. You don't have Dermott, you don't have Hyman, now you don't have John Tavares. They're in a tough spot right now. They got to find a way to get wins, and you're facing a really good Boston Bruins team. Let's see what this Leaf team can do early on in the season against the Bees, all right? Like I said, 7 o'clock puck drop there at Scotiabank Arena. And as for the Raptors, like I said, I'll talk to you guys on Sunday at some point. Raps edition in the season preview for the 2019-2020 Toronto Raptors season before we kick off on Tuesday at 8 o'clock at Scotiabank Arena for the first game of the year against the New Orleans Pelicans. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get this thing going. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you guys then.